Your home is affecting your mood every single day, even if you don't notice it. Most people think indoor plants are just decoration, something to make a room look better. But that's not the full truth. Some plants actually change how a space feels without you realizing it. And here's where it gets interesting. It's not always positive. Some plants can make a space feel heavier or more stagnant if placed wrong. In this video, you'll discover 10 indoor plants that influence the environment inside your home in different ways. Some make it feel calmer, some make it feel fresher, and some completely change the energy of a room. Let's break them down. Plant number 10, spider plant, also known as Chlorophytum comosum. This is one of those plants people underestimate because it doesn't react when you ignore it. Most plants struggle when care is inconsistent, but this one keeps growing anyway. It produces long, arching green leaves that naturally make a space feel more structured and balanced. That's why in many homes it ends up in corners or near windows, not because it was carefully planned, but because it simply survives where others fail. Over time, that small presence changes how a room feels, less empty, more stable, more naturally alive. It also contributes to fresher indoor air conditions, which is why people often place it in living rooms and bedrooms. But what makes it interesting is not effort, it's adaptability. It doesn't demand perfect light or strict watering routines. It adjusts to the environment instead of fighting it. And that's exactly why it works in real homes, not controlled setups, but imperfect everyday spaces. But the next plant is different. It doesn't just adapt to a room, it changes how the space feels when it grows inside it. Plant number 9, lucky bamboo. This is one of those plants people place somewhere and then forget it exists. Not because it disappears, but because it never demands attention in the first place. I've seen it sitting in desks, corners, and entry tables, just quietly existing in the background of daily life. And the strange part is, even when it's ignored, it doesn't collapse like most plants do. Lucky bamboo grows in water instead of soil, which makes it behave differently from typical indoor plants. It doesn't depend on constant feeding or complex care. It depends on consistency. But here's where most people go wrong. They assume low maintenance means no maintenance. Two simple things decide everything. Change the water every 7 to 10 days and keep it in indirect light. When people ignore these basics, the plant slowly weakens in silence. No dramatic failure, just a slow loss of strength that most people don't even notice at first. But when it's cared for correctly, it becomes one of the most stable elements in a room, always upright, always present, never demanding attention. It doesn't decorate a space loudly, it stabilizes it quietly. And that's why it ends up in so many homes, not because it's impressive, but because it never becomes a problem. And the next plant is the complete opposite, because it doesn't just sit quietly in a space, it actively changes how that space feels the moment it starts growing inside it. Plant number 8, Pothos. This is the plant people stop trying to control, because it keeps growing anyway. Most indoor plants struggle for simple reasons. Too much water, too little light, or inconsistent care. But Pothos behaves differently. I placed one in a simple hanging pot in a corner. No special setup, no expectations. At first, it looked like any other plant. Still, quiet, unchanged. But after a few weeks, it didn't just survive, it accelerated. Long vines started dropping down naturally, spreading across shelves, slowly filling empty space without effort. And that's where most people get confused. It doesn't behave like a fragile indoor plant. It behaves like something that wants to expand. The reason is simple. Pothos adapts to low light and normal room conditions easily, without needing perfect care routines. But here's the mistake beginners make. They overwater it. It actually grows better when the soil dries slightly between waterings, and too much attention is what kills it faster than neglect. That's what makes it different. It doesn't require you to adjust your life around it. It adjusts to yours. Over time, it stops feeling like a plant you maintain and starts behaving like part of the room itself, spreading quietly, filling space naturally. And the next plant is even more extreme because it doesn't just adapt to a room, it actively changes the air and atmosphere around it while it grows. Plant number 7, snake plant. This is the plant that makes you question if indoor plants actually need care at all. Most people believe plants need constant attention, perfect light, perfect watering, perfect conditions. But snake plant breaks that idea completely. I placed it in a corner where most plants fail. Low light, almost no direct sun, just a quiet, ignored space in the room. And I expected it to struggle. But weeks turned into months, and nothing went wrong. It didn't just survive, it stayed stable, upright, sharp, almost untouched by time. And that's the part most people don't understand. This plant performs better when it's ignored. Snake plant is naturally built for harsh indoor conditions, low light, dry air, and irregular watering patterns. But here's the mistake beginners make. They overcare for it. It only needs water when the soil is completely dry, sometimes even after 2-3 weeks or more. Too much attention is what actually weakens it. That's why it fits real life so well. Not perfect routines, but busy, inconsistent environments. Over time, it doesn't just sit in a corner, it establishes presence, quiet, stable, unchanging, like it belongs there naturally. Plant number 6, peace lily. This is the plant that makes people realize not all indoor plants behave the same way. Most people assume plants need strong sunlight to stay alive, but that idea is not always correct. Some plants actually perform better in low-light environments, and peace lily is one of them. I placed it in a dim corner of my home, a space I normally ignore, with almost no direct sunlight, and I expected it to struggle. But instead, it adapted slowly and steadily. New leaves started forming, growth stayed consistent, no visible stress at all. And what makes it different is not just survival, it reacts to its environment in real time. When it needs water, it slightly droops its leaves, almost like a warning signal. And after watering, it recovers within hours. That's why many people find it unusual. It doesn't just grow silently, it shows you when something is wrong. It also handles low light extremely well, which is why it often ends up in bedrooms and living spaces. But here's where most people make a mistake. They assume low light means no responsibility, and they completely forget watering cycles. It doesn't need much care, but it still needs consistency. Over time, it doesn't just stay in a corner, it changes how that space feels, calmer, cleaner, more balanced, without demanding attention. Plant number 5, aloe vera. This is the plant people completely underestimate at first glance. Most assume it's just a simple decorative plant sitting in a corner, nothing special, nothing active. I placed it on a small window shelf without expecting anything unusual. At first, it looked completely ordinary, just thick green leaves standing still. But aloe vera is not a passive plant, it operates differently. It stores water inside its leaves, which allows it to survive long periods without care. That's why even when people forget it for days, it still stays firm and stable. No collapse, no visible stress. But what makes it interesting is not just survival, it has a second function most people ignore. It's not just decorative, it's usable. Inside its leaves is a gel-like substance that can be applied to minor burns, skin irritation, and small cuts. And most people never use it because they never think of it as more than a plant. But in real homes, it quietly becomes something different, a backup system sitting in the background. Always there, never demanding attention, but ready when needed. That's what makes it fit so well in busy environments, low effort, high utility. Over time, it stops feeling like decoration and starts feeling like something you're glad exists in your space. And the next plant is even more aggressive in its behavior because this one doesn't just survive neglect, it actually grows faster when conditions are imperfect. Plant number 4, Monstera. This is the plant that changes how a room looks without changing anything else. There's always that one corner in a room that feels unfinished, no matter how much you decorate around it. I had one of those spaces in my living room. It always felt empty, like something was missing visually. Then I placed a Monstera there. At first, it looked almost too large for the space. Bold leaves, strong shape. But that's exactly where the change started. Within days, the room didn't feel incomplete anymore. It felt designed, intentional, finished. And that's what Monstera does differently. It doesn't blend into a room, it defines it. Its large, split leaves naturally draw attention, not in a distracting way, but in a way that anchors the entire space visually. Even people who know nothing about plants notice it immediately, because it changes the balance of a room instantly. Empty space stops feeling accidental and starts feeling like part of the design. No extra decor, no added elements, just one plant changing the entire visual weight of the room. Plant number 3, Fiddle leaf fig. This is the plant that doesn't just sit in a room, it changes how the entire room is perceived. There was a time my room looked clean, but something about it still felt unfinished, like everything was in place, but nothing stood out. Then I brought in a fiddle leaf fig. At first, it felt almost too dominant for the space. Tall stem, large glossy leaves. I wasn't even sure where it should go, so I placed it next to a blank wall and left it there. But that's where the shift started. Within a few days, that empty wall stopped feeling empty. It started feeling intentional. Not because anything else changed, but because this plant changed the visual focus of the room. It doesn't decorate a space, it upgrades it. The large leaves catch light in a way that naturally changes the atmosphere, making the room feel more structured, more alive, more designed. Even simple rooms start feeling styled when it's placed correctly. Because this plant doesn't blend in, it becomes the visual anchor of the space. You don't really add it to a room, you build the room around it. But here's the part most people don't expect. It requires attention. Not constant care, but enough awareness to keep it healthy and stable. And that balance is exactly what makes it powerful. Strong presence, but not overwhelming maintenance. And the next plant flips this completely, because instead of dominating a space, it completely softens it and makes even cold interiors feel naturally calm. Plant number 2, Anthurium. This is the plant that instantly changes how a space is perceived. Some plants don't just exist in a room, they redefine what the room looks like the moment you notice them. I placed Anthurium on a simple side table, nothing special around it, plain walls, basic furniture, and at first, the room looked completely ordinary. But the moment this plant was added, the balance changed instantly. Deep green, glossy leaves and a bold red bloom at the center, it doesn't blend into the environment at all. It creates immediate contrast, the kind your eyes keep returning to without trying. And that's where the effect starts. The room doesn't change physically, but it starts feeling more intentional visually. Even a plain corner suddenly feels designed, like someone carefully styled the space. What makes it powerful is not just appearance, but consistency. It holds that visual impact without fading into the background. That's why people place it in entryways and living rooms, because it creates an instant first impression effect. The moment someone walks in, their attention goes to it first. Not because it demands attention loudly, but because everything else feels secondary next to it. It doesn't just sit in a room, it defines what the room looks like to the eye. Final plant, Dracaena fragrans. There are some corners in a home that just stay ignored, not because they're useless, but because nothing ever feels right there. I had one of those spots near a hallway, a space people walk past but never really notice. Then I placed a Dracaena fragrance there. At first, it didn't look dramatic, just a tall green plant with clean upright leaves, but that's exactly why it worked. It didn't fight for attention, it filled the vertical space naturally. What I noticed after a few days, that empty corner feeling was gone, without me changing anything else in the room. This plant is known for doing well in low-light indoor spaces, which is why it's often used in offices and hallways, places where natural light isn't strong. It also has a very structured growth pattern, straight leaves, clean lines, which gives a subtle, organized feel to the environment. Nothing loud, nothing decorative in an artificial way, just balance. And that's the real reason people keep it. It quietly fixes spaces that feel incomplete. Which corner in your home feels empty right now? And would you actually try a plant like this there? Comment your space below. I want to see where you'd place it. If this helped you, like the video and subscribe, because next plant changes the entire mood of a room instantly.